Nigeria to Italy.
Yo, welcome back to the Solutions Podcast, where we look for solutions and not problems. We find the problems, but then we look for the solutions and the problems. We already found the problems, yeah. And yeah, we're doing it again. And today we're discussing, what do you call this thing? English, my thought. What do you call this thing? Modern day colonization. No matter, I don't know if we all look at the world in the same place, but, we see what the Pakistanis are doing to, is it the Pakistanis or the coolies that are in the townships taking over, You see what the Nigerians are doing, taking over, And the best of it, well, it's the Nigerians who have, went out to plant themselves, all over the world. They've basically almost colonized every corner of the world in a very simple tactic, I don't know whether to say it is simple or it's just, it's not a, to say it's simple, I don't know if it is something that is planned by the Nigerian government or it's just something that just fell in place, yeah. But if you look at how the Nigerian people have distributed themselves all over the world, you look at, Europe, there's so many Nigerian people in that place. It's basically how their music and all their, other cultural content makes it out of Nigeria. You have so many Nigerians in Europe, you have so many Nigerians in South Africa, so many Nigerians in the States, that when Davido is doing a concert in any of those places, he's going to fill them up. When Benna Boy is doing a concert, he's going to fill them up. When he releases an album, it's going to work out because there's so many people who can afford it. So many people, who have gone out of Nigeria and they've gotten to a point in life where they can basically afford to be, basic human beings, average human beings, in a first world country. So, they can afford so much as, going to a concert, buying music, streaming and all of that. And so that is out of these people going around and populating places, capital places in the world. Nigeria has got a club in every capital, in almost every capital city in the world. Nigeria's got a club, and so that makes the reason why your Benna Boy, your Davido, your Wizkid are so big, your Rema. There's a reason why they're so big. Even on an interview now recently, I saw Benna Boy also trying to explain why their music is so catchy outside of Africa, and he did also explain, Uguti, the amount of, no, it was like, why isn't Afrobeat as catchy in United States as it is in Europe? And his answer was that black people from United States are not natives from Africa. They basically from the United States. But then black people from Europe are mostly, all of them, call native from Africa, somehow, somewhere they from Africa, even if you can ask someone where is he from, they're gonna say maybe somewhere in Yeah, but then yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's that. It was like yeah, it's basically how modern day, they've mastered modern day colonization, and I mean it's working out well for them. Their artists are ripping out of that. Their artists are yeah. I mean hopefully my piano would get it. It would get to that, but the structures that are applied by our own government populating into South Africans populating the rest of the world is what is failing us. Because now the products that we produce that are cultural can only be sold in South Africa. They can't be sold globally because we don't have people outside of South Africa, who are enough people who are outside of South Africa. It's not that much people. So our population planning is quite poor. I mean, even South Africa itself is not really populated. It's been crippled by a population of foreigners. I mean, we are not as much. There's not so much South Africans compared. I mean, yeah, compared to foreigners, we are still leading plus, but it won't be too long before you know South Africa is Africa itself. It's not. It's no more South Africans in South Africa. So we need more children. We need more population growth, and we need to also take the population and distribute it outside the country still too. So it's a whole lot to do, because we could win in so much but then still be losing in our own territory, because because we are just receiving people. We're not extracting people out. And the amount of people that are here versus the amount of people that are coming in is gonna crumple us, eventually at some point. Yeah, I mean the whole free border thing is okay, but there's too much time on here for us to be like, oh, border or whatever. But yeah, but then we need to work on our population. We need to work on our population. Take out, remove the abortion stuff and take out more programs in making sure that there's more kids, making sure that there's more family structures, making sure that there's more educated people who actually go outside the country, who get scholarships outside the country. I think that's what populated a lot of Africans in Europe is the scholarship they get outside the country. Yeah, we need more nurses going out. We need more doctors going out. More engineers going out. And so that's the only way that South Africa is going to thrive outside of Africa, outside of um, South Africa itself. Yeah, I mean we are quite distinct from the Middle Africa. From the rest of Nigeria. We're not so. We don't have the same drama in music. Even though my piano is doing that right now, but then initially we didn't. Ghana, Nigeria, Congo, it was one thing. And considering the fact that Nigeria in itself is quite a big country, it's got a big population. Yeah, so we need to work on that for the growth of our GDP, for the growth of our country. Yeah, financially and culturally. And colonizing the world. It's like we're only playing defense, we're not attacking. Because man, yeah, we're only playing defense, we're not attacking. And I don't see us winning that way. Yeah. The only attack that we have right now is Amapiano, is our music. And the problem is that the people who own the stables that side already are only Nigerians. Nigerians own the clubs, the nightclubs. They own the events that are in Europe and in America. So they always gonna put their people first, and they understand why they need to put their people first every time. So they are very, people like that. They're very aware of the importance of self. So you won't just walk all over them and hoping that my piano is gonna open the doors. Those people own the structures that side, yeah. And until we own the structures ourselves, then we're not going to be making as much. We only going to be colonized by them in other countries. So it's just that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, still a lot to work on, but then if we notice and we actually come up with the solutions for it, so is that.
One go. My name is Daniel Ungu.